essentially is Ty Dillon, who's 28. Elliott in charge as we anticipate pit stops. Series racing at Dover today. It's the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 closing on the midway point of our second stage. Now we do our top dog presented by Chewy. No debate today.
Chase Elliott, absolutely still dominating this race. I mean, nobody's really been able to put him in dirty air besides lap traffic, and he's negotiated that pretty well to this point. It'll be interesting to see if the team can keep this track position for him. He's going to be impossible to beat. But if for whatever reason, maybe somebody can beat him on pit road, we might be able to see really what this 9 car is made of.
Mentioned pit road, lap 176 here last year, around like 182, 183. They were on pit road. That's 5 or 6 away. Maybe we could jump on board one of these, Dale. Do you talk about how tough this pit entry was when we were at the drone fly around trying to get off the banking, right? So you kind of go down and you lift about the bridge. Yeah, try to turn left. You know, you're going to enter pit road. You're going to exit the racing surface. You're going to exit the racing surface right in the middle of the corner right here. And it's a very aggressive difference between the banking of the racetrack and the banking of the apron as it gets pointed by here on the flat car. So down into the corner here, as we look at the apron, that aggressive sort of transition right there, you've got to slow the car down and get off of the racetrack. And honestly, at one point, you might actually have a tire off the ground because these cars really don't have any travel in them, and they just don't have the delta to be able to make that transition in the suspension. So for the lead, the 20 of Bell is the leader. You see the slow stop for the 9. Lead change will end up on pit road through the cycle. Allen.
Ty Gibbs is in, comes from the top position there. He said he's too loose off turn 4 to make the adjustment to the driver up to 54. Running great so far today in Dover.
You know, last year, William Byron was running really well, and they had an issue on pit road, lost a ton of track position, and really never, after that time, were able to rebound. Here is Chase Elliott with a hiccup during a green flag pit stop. That makes a difference.
I had Bell the leader, but it's Denny Hamlin who came a lap earlier using those fresh tires. Did a great job getting on pit road in the cycle. He's got to be in front. Let's see what happens to the 9 pit stop. Clean, comes to the left side. Jack up, is it a hit? Oh, you see the jack gets spit out. So what happens is the plate doesn't go all the way under the jack post. The Wado car just squeezes it out. Does a nice job recovering. No loose wheels, but the damage is done. But in the cycle of cars that have pitted, it is Denny Hamlin who's going to lead the way. Hocevar, Barry, Nemechek running long, with Suarez kind of hoping for a yellow at this point.
And Chase lost a few more spots, not just from Hamlin and Christopher Bell, but Bowman, Byron both getting by as well before the 9 could escape pit road. We talked about it before the stop. What could happen, if anything, on pit road that might jeopardize the track position the 9 car has? So Chase Elliott now has a little work to do to get back to the front.
Nemechek gives up a spot inside the top 5, makes his pit stop. You see it in our pylon.
Hocevar, Barry, Suarez, Nemechek, all those guys getting to pit road, eventually giving the lead back to Denny Hamlin.
Chase Elliott, 5th in line right now of those front runners post green flag pit stops.
Denny Hamlin trying to be smart about how he uses the tire here early in the run. You really hurt yourself early running too hard the first 10 laps, but the 20 of Christopher Bell is going to put the pressure on here.
It's not the battle for the lead right now, but eventually it will be. Christopher Bell racing inside of his teammate Denny Hamlin.
Does Denny want to give this away, or does he want to race hard and try to keep the track position right now? Is it early? Is it important enough for Denny to try to race this 20 car and not let him by?
The 10 of Ty Dillon, arrow-wise, just killing the 11. He runs into his tire tracks, and up he goes. The lead change was 1 lap fresher tires and 1 second faster on entry. So Denny Hamlin, the 11, doing a nice job. Looking back on the 20 right here.
Ty Dillon knows that as this all cycles around, it should put him, roughly somewhere around the, fighting to keep himself on the lead lap. Doesn't want to give up that opportunity. The 20's going to go around and clear easily. Denny's going to have to give it up.
All right, so that will be the pass for the lead once the front 2 pit. I mentioned 1 second faster. Dale, check this out with the 11. You talk about how hard it is to get on pit road. Check it out. Really nice job using the banking, almost up the banking That's 1 second faster from a point on the backstretch to the pit in line versus the 20. So 1 second was made up, and that location alone, that ended up cycling him to the lead. That allowed his car to go up the racetrack to be able to turn and get that turn down across the racetrack. But he is aware, look behind him, there's no cars coming. He knows that. He sees in the rearview mirror. He's got a lot of room to be able to play around with, being able to position that car for the entry to pit road and to be aggressive, get up the racetrack if he needs to. If you had cars coming in the rearview mirror, you'd have to be respectful. Be really tidy around the bottom. It'd be a little bit more of a tougher entry.
Well, that's how, when we talk about veterans and what they're good at, it's a little bit of everything, right? Denny Hamlin's experience, Dale, you saw it right away, I didn't, right? So that just shows that experience. He knows when he looks in the mirror, he can be a little more aggressive, and it pays off.
Hocevar made his pit stop. It cycled to Suarez, the last one yet to come under green. As these two continue to duke it out, and as we said, this is the lead, battle for the lead once everything cycles. In front of Hamlin, but not able to pull away. Maybe he can once he gets around the car.
Ty's going to let it go. 20's clear. Now the 11 has to try to get around Ty Dillon. Marty, what you got on the 11?
I don't think Denny Hamlin's going to be very kind trying to get around Ty Dillon. Here's how he thought Ty Dillon raced him when he was in the lead a moment ago. I'll fix that. Denny Hamlin was not very happy with the way the 10 raced him, Junior, and you mentioned it. The 10's air was just killing Denny